Oh, shit. Guys, you guys all out there know it's been a good damn minute since I've been able to sit down and do some commentary over some good old races. Now, I know what we're all thinking here. It's been a good while since I've even really had a consistent upload rate when it comes to this series. And there's just been a big fluctuation when it comes to like what I'm playing and what my free time is spent doing. So, you know, obviously been playing KF a lot, you know, whilst this was going on, focusing on that. And then MK World dropped, and that's kind of how it's been for a while too, on top of the fact that I've been working. So, yeah, I would say as a result of that, it's been rather inconsistent on this front. But with time now that I've got up until March, I should be able to push out some more content, well, content, as you could put it, just for the sake of it, alright? Just so I can catch up on the archives, and also Season 9 should also probably be uploaded simultaneously as I'm working through these, because I've got just chunks and chunks of shit to go through. Now, as always with this, I do have the liberty of having cut this whole event down, you know, trimming the fat, just so that it makes it a much easier watch for you guys at home, alongside just being able to, like, you know, have it just kind of be a smoother transition into each race. So without further ado, I'm gonna hit play. I'm gonna see what this is all about. This was an FFA, I'm pretty sure, like 10 months ago now. I have absolutely no recollection of any of these races other than the ending score, which you guys will obviously see at the end. I'll put the tables in and all that. But yeah, anyway, so this is a track that is okay to start with, only because the first race doesn't really matter that much. So at least kind of getting this horse shit done and dealt with is going to be, you know, it's not really going to be too bad, right? But at least at the start with getting pelleted constantly, yeah, this is just constant pelleting. I ended up in 8th because of a bunch of garbage. Again, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know, like, how I played this event. Like, just by the gameplay specifically, more so than the end result. But, yeah, that's going to be what makes it interesting for me. Pulling bills is kind of whatever, but at least now in 6, I've probably got a better chance to hold it. I already know I was vexed. I must have been bare angry at that green. So pretty much now the case in point for me is just hoping there's no shock, and that maybe I pull a Shroom for the ending cut, I guess. That seems to be the only game plan I've got here that can actually, like, you know, maybe steal first over second. Yeah, shit, man. If you had pulled any other item there other than a fib, I would have been probably fine. I suppose apart from mushrooms. Even then, you can still use it to recover, right? But it's like, you're using it before a cut, and then it's like you're basically, by that point, if you do happen to pull another Shroom, you're taking a much worse line into the cut, so you're not really saving as much time. Yeah, unfortunate. No shock either that race, which is kind of interesting. I mean, only 8 players still, but usually people would want to bag hard enough to at least try and claim that shot by, I'd say, middle of lap 2, really. We still had a pretty good pull at the start of GV though. Triple Shrooms, that's pretty much what you want to see, like, every time. Because it can just, especially if you're pulling it in a high position, like, say, 4th, it sets you up so nicely with an immediate plan of action. We make Rock Hop here, yeah. Oh, only for burning the other Shroom. Yeah, unfortunate, but that's still better than falling off. But keeping first here is going to be so hard because I don't really have much space. Oh, actually, I still think it's going to be kind of hard to build up the spacing between me and second. I mean, because 3rd through 5th, you can typically, like, get a mushroom after a few sets here going into the cut. Still, some pretty nice driving so far. Actually, I am able to make space as a result of that. That's pretty much what you're really doing with your lines. You're just trying to like save as much time before inevitable blue. Like as I'm saying that. In comes Chase, laggy motherfucker. Oh shit, that was bad. That was actually him. That was a sick Nana. But obviously with that, he's giving me a chance to pull shrooms. Yeah, see with that Lage. And that laggy ass bump all the same. So yeah, now I am basically fucked unless I pull something to do cut. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. But I have to basically just take my ass straight to the cut ASAP. God, he sucks. Man, I think that was just too much to the left on the entry there. You already know I was hot, man. I'm telling you. Okay, so not a great start, but 5th back-to-back. Yeah, that's still 5th. Special if they swerve into me. Yeah. Definitely did come down to a lot of the interactions. I think Chase just dicking me with that banana actually turned out to be a lot worse off. The lag bump you couldn't really predict, but obviously, like, you can take liberty in just trying to space yourself out, especially in like such a narrow pathway, because obviously the track, like, it has parts of it just basically collapse as you're racing. So by that point, the landing off of that ramp would have been really like quite narrow. So yeah, kind of on me to not prepare more in advance for that with like how the spacing played out. Alright, well, I don't usually mind Sherbet Land in the front, obviously, unless I fuck it up. And then it's just immediate call to bag. What are we getting here? Yeah, that's good. That's not bad. How's the top pack doing? Okay, so first and second. First basically gone. Probably Yuri, if I had to guess. I remember their finishing score was pretty ridiculous. Probably because they're just winning a lot and fucking cheating! That cut was wide, man. Jeez. I definitely do recall, yeah, see, even as that's happening, I recall that I played Sherbet Land quite safe with my lines. It wasn't until a while into this year where I started getting, like, fairly confident with them again. Man, I just need to jump back on this game. Like, straight up. Like, World's Second All, it's fun, but, like, this is still just next level. You know, I personally feel like this is as good as it gets in terms of Mario Kart, and at, like, a pretty high level. Finally, Blue Shell coming in hot. I don't think... can that red still even really hit? Yeah, it can. Wow, nice. That really sucks to hit that, though. You see, and I know Flameflyer is obviously not what you consider an off-road vehicle, but, like, I'm making it look like it's worse than it actually is, I think. I got a nice back, though, there. Definitely screwed over Yuri with that one. At least gives me pretty much the way to just charge into first and keep it. Shock happens, but I think it's off 4th dodge, and, like, they're coming up, but, like, they're not really going to have a super good power item right at the end, unless they just got hella fucking buff luck. Yeah, nice power anyway. That would obviously, like, take away any chance of that being the case. Don't go for a box, which makes sense. I think I've earned the space to be able to just not warrant getting an item there. So, yeah, okay, pretty comfortable first, despite the fact that I mean, getting into second and then just pretty much waiting for the blue was the ultimate play, but yeah, at least the shrooms, while not optimal, still were able to make a push for the top spot. So, what was that, 34 I saw? That's yeah, like, that's a little above average. You generally want, like, to consistently score 30s, like, low to mid 30s. Well, low to high if you can help it. Like, having, like, 30s across the board in GPs will sit you around, like, 90-ish, so that's very good, you know, that's the sort of average you want. Now, BC64, I really like this track running, of course, I've heard some Flame Flyer players say in the past that this is a rather weak track for it. And aside from this section coming up here on the bridge, I don't really see it. I don't really see that being the case. Wow, that was really fucking clutch. I must have been mashing that shit like crazy. Yeah, just trying to do my best there to make sure Yuri doesn't knock me into the lava there. But yeah, I don't think it's too bad, honestly. Like, it's no different from any other kart, really. It's just you have to more so manage your spacing into walls. Which I tried to do there and kind of graze against them so that I would sway around the green, but I hit the wall and it pushed me forward, so that's unfortunate. I like the idea there for me to try and, like, make the conscious effort to avoid that back green. This is peak. This is why you shouldn't really chain boxes in third when there's a spread. Because now I can't pass it to third, sorry, second, and I'm kind of just stuck having to hold it and run because I'm too far away from fourth to be able to slow down without significant time wasting. So it looks to me like because of that, Yuri basically wins, and with whatever happened to second, I mean, there's just no feasible way for anyone to catch up. So now we're pretty much just going to be tooth and nailing our way for, like, anything we can muster. Scrambling for second. I think Chase just got a draft off of me passing them there. Stroom is nice, but, like, if I want to take cut here, I'd be missing an entire set. You'd have to take a much shorter line to go into the set. That saves a lot less time on the cut. Blue happens, but, like, doesn't matter. Like, Yuri's, like, still ahead by a lot. Power happens, not really a big deal. Yeah, nice to release the MT early there. Another Shroom's good. That's pretty much going to maintain my position if I can make a good cut. Oh my god. That was cluttered. That was going to be really hard to avoid, honestly. Okay, so, alright, now let's see what happens. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, even though the red broke on nothing, it's still pretty much the best base I was able to use that mushroom in. That's the thing, mushrooms don't tend to be very useful on this track. The first and second cuts are nice, but they're nothing like crazy, you know. That's an unfortunate fib there too. Probably should have considered that he hadn't hold anything out, that it could have meant he had like a shroom or a fib or something. Because really there's no reason not to hold out your item right at the end of a race, right? Especially with someone in close quarters with a TC. But, you know. Again, it's kind of on me for not having that situational awareness at that moment to realize that. But otherwise, like, it was just some small, you know, execution errors from ideas that on paper were good, but ultimately because of the execution is what kind of had it fall back on me. Fucking hell. You know, it's been a while since I've seen, like, Wii Toad's Factory, and it's crazy how much faster the stompers are in this game. They're actually brutal if you don't, like, properly align yourself with what pattern you're on. So, golden, you know, whatever. I kind of really think I should have just straight away burnt this, maybe got, like, a star. I don't know what my intention was to hold it. I guess to do, like, oh, this. Oh, but no, that's not happening. Yeah, no, definitely should have really burnt it, like, for the station reset, like, after the conveyors. Okay, so the pack's still quite close. Triple Shrooms is nice here. Blue's in play as well. Shrooms are really nice on this straightaway because as a car, it's really quite difficult to snake here consistently. And that's mostly obviously due to, like, the crates and what cycle it's on. Okay, well, that guy in a bill is just having the fucking best time of their life. Another blue, just throw that shit straight away. Alright, lap 3 on deck. Are we going wide for our box? Yes, we are. Pow. Yeah, chain that shit straight away. Missed the whole box anyway. That's quite unfortunate. That actually matters. That actually matters because even though I'm getting an item now, I'm getting one in a worse spot off than I would have initially got one in 5th. You know, sure, it could have been a higher chance for a TC, but could also have been a higher, you know, a fucking chance for a Mega or a Triple Shrooms. Now, that was just basically me shitting the bed and not realizing what line the build takes. Pretty much is what that was. So, that pretty much kills any and all potential to salvage a spot here. Another blue, my god. Yeah, you could just not be in first this race at all, could you? Jesus Christ. It's like 5th or 6th. Yeah, I got passed on right at the end by a bunch of fucking cucks, man. Yeah, 6. Ugh. Yeah, that's... Like, again, you have to kind of think based on theory, yeah? So, in 5th, had I pulled a Mega... Did I not cut this out? I must not have cut that out. My apologies. You know, the potential for a Mega was there to actually dodge the shot on time, had I gotten the bot. So it's just a matter of, like, playing the odds and with what position you're in. You know, you've got to think about what you're really, like, capable of getting, you know? Obviously, nothing in third's going to cut it. Maple Tree away now. I get back bombed straight away. Kind of, definitely not a great start. You know, usually the start of a race isn't that big of a deal, but... Oh, missing a box too. But, you know, I think you can make up some decent time on this track, both with good driving and, like, Golden Strat at the end is pretty good. You're getting a lot less air time on the nets. Wow, I'm missing every box. It's so peak. Yeah, Golden Strat on the net section going into the cut is quite good. Builds are quite nice for like a similar reason, obviously outside of taking cut. Alright, Bill. I'm gonna assume I just hold this shit. I guess in some ways the back bomb definitely mattered because it had to influence my game plan into a strategy of bagging. But I missed all the sets, so it basically made it so that bagging was a non-factor. Yeah, I was so pissed. Hitting all those bananas. Fucking dumb spinning arsehole. And that build drop was so shit. Why was it to the left? Yeah, spacing myself out. Triple bananas on that section can be quite annoying. Is that going to hit anyone with that bomb? Oh, everyone just has to slow down. And now Yuri wins probably from that. I can't believe it wouldn't even explode any faster on my side. No box to have maybe a mushroom and take cut with. That makes sense. Yeah, that's probably about the best spot I could have done it, really. So, pretty much just going to be hoping that there's... Yeah, I shocked a little peak. Yeah, it really is a matter of just, like, whatever I can salvage now. Nice little mushroom snag there, right out of the leaf pile. This is definitely one of the better front-running tracks if you're able to actually, like, kind of conquer a lot of the tricky lines. And, like, there's a ton of really sick track spots, too. Really, really good. Really cheap and blind. I don't know what the hell happened to the guy dodged, but, yeah, we'll take third. Absolutely. Pretty atrocious performance, considering that I could have had my items pan out a lot better had I hit boxes. And I probably would have been able to at least try and keep up for, like, second even. Oh boy! Luigi Circuit! We all know what kind of shenanigans can go down here. We already know that... Oh, I'm not even going to bag. Okay, I'm running. Fair enough. I guess it's not too bad in second if you pull a mushroom early. Like, taking cut in the top spot is quite nice, but then, you know, it's only 2 more laps of the lead circuit to go, but, you know, like, a lot can still happen. So you're kind of taking a bit of a calculated risk, but I suppose that's kind of part of the element of strategy anyway in this game, like, no matter how you shape it. So I get triple shrooms. I don't know why I would think to take cut. I don't know if it was just because I approached it, like, without thinking I would get shrooms or something, and it would have just been a shit line, but... This is quite nice here, if I can actually maintain. I don't really do, like, the crazy strat where you get airtime into the cut. I just fucking keep it real, dog, you know? I hadn't really learned it at that point. Chain the shroom again. I guess because my thought was that shock was coming before I had the chance to, oh, okay, pal. Yeah. I mean, pal's gonna take it away from cut. Oh, I get to Red Yuri for free. That's nice. That's what I'm talking about. Obviously, right? Look at this guy cheesing a 60 like that, you know. Yeah, that's so bad. Really awful right at the end to have that combination of things happen. I couldn't have really waited any longer to throw that red had I wanted to try and take up first last minute. Just because obviously they're going to hit the set. They're more than likely to get defense, so... Yeah, that was kind of my one and only opportunity to just swipe that from right under their fucking nose. This is another one of these tracks that I just kind of don't really like in general. I've always pictured it to be like Ghost Valley 2, but with higher chance of just actual pig shit just going on. Like, stuff that's going to really piss you off. Like, there's time for a blue and a shock here, whereas GV2, that's not really the case. But we're actually holding down first quite nicely right now. Oh my god, why must I jinx myself? God, he sucks. This probably would have been a really good spot had I kept this up. I guess I'm bagging really hard now. I don't think it was necessary for me to drop that much. I guess holding out build definitely makes sense. No one's got shocked yet. I need to dodge, basically, in order to, like, make up any time I lost. Doesn't look like it's going to be happening. And I go around as well. Even on the Bill's exit, it still tries to take that shit. That's so annoying, man. I doubt this is even still 4th, really, is it? No. I doubt it's even fucking 5th. Oh, no, I still get 4th. Wow. Okay. Probably because the guy behind me was in that shitty, I don't even remember what the hell it's called, man. It's been a while, and, like, come on. You can't give me some slack because I don't even bother to think about these shitty-ass carts. Alright, now. Did I forget to edit this too? Oh no, here we go. It's a little late to the rodeo. Moo Moo Meadows. This GP must have been fucked. Absolutely royally fucked. If these are the two tracks we're playing, like, pretty much out of the gate GP3. I still really miss this game though, guys. I gotta be upfront. Yeah, holding Bill, I think, is probably gonna be the ultimate game-winning plan here. Because, I mean, I can't take cut with it, and I might as well just predict a dodge just so that I'm able to at least keep driving in a top spot if it happens, you know? Like, shock's pretty much only just a factor now. It's probably gonna get pulled, like, maybe this set. A lot of guys in stars, a lot of guys rinsing their tings. Okay, that was pretty much the game forced my hand, you know. No option there other than to use the Bill. Mushroom's nice though, if I'm able to hold on to it for cut. Blue as well, pretty good. Yeah, I agree with that actually. Like, just absolute nonsense going on, you know. Nah on the road. Oh, blue shell anyway. That's really unfortunate, man. I felt very forced into doing that with the shroom. And I get punished for it. Just solely based off of RNG from trying to make a fairly calculated play. Alright, triple shrooms to the end. Are we going to hold this? Yeah, I agree. Like, you can't really get a hell of a lot better than a shroom here, so that makes sense. Nice, second is good there, considering the circumstances. Really good recovery. Really reserved of me to also hold on to that mushroom for the end and not risk chaining into something that is, like, you know, dramatically worse in that instance. Even a little grass cut right at the end there is kind of like, that's the difference there between like, you know, second and, what, fifth? Or any other shit that I don't want. It was already clear to me I wasn't winning that race still, but, you know. Yeah, see Peach Beach as well. Mate, what are we actually fucking doing with our lives here? Actual scum. There's just been a GP filled of nothing but sandbagging. You see me almost even debate going around to get that one set that nobody knows about. But, obviously, never ever worth it. I get another star out of exchange, being forced into burning it early from the bomb. First is a decent ways up, but given the shortcuts on this track, that's... Oh, another blooming play too. Like, that's really not at all far-fetched to come back from. At this moment, I should probably consider just jumping into my star soon, you know? Not even wait for Kart. Yeah, see, I kind of had a feeling, right? But, admittedly, not too bad. Everyone's really close. And the cut is just starting to really kind of reach the shore, so... This worked out okay. And then first it's a red! Fucking knob. Wow, what a steal. I'm actually just slime balling my way back to the top of the leaderboard with these wins. I don't even... from what I have observed... Given that I've not played this game in quite a while, from what I am observing, despite the score, I'm playing fucking awful. Just, yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's, like, a lot of good driving involved, and, you know, some unlucky moments, but, like, you know, they happened for a reason. I think they were ultimately, the reason they happened was because of my shit driving. So what have we played here? We played Yoshi Falls, Peach Beach. This, obviously, Delfino Square. And then some other shit. It was just like, man, what kind of GP is this? Hell, there were a lot of fucking luck tracks this event, huh? I was quite aggressive with my items, you know. Thinking about that now, if I were to be playing, I would have held that green for sure. Trying to get him in his line. Decent throw, but like, I was probably just predicting him to have drifted or counter-steered a little earlier. Ooh boy, yeah, that was gonna fucking nail me for sure. That was so close. So we've made a bit of a break now between me and Chase. Actually not too bad to run this track when you have space, I think. Nice to pull a mushroom there. That's really fortunate. I don't know why Chase neglected to go for cut, but maybe he felt pressured that I would get like a draft off of him and bump him off. But yeah, this is a fucking sick position. This is game winning right here as long as shock doesn't happen. Like, yeah, okay, no, this is really good. Nice fucking banana as well from me. I like it. Are we planning another one down? No. Oh, wide. Okay. Little delayed, little wide. I like it. Yeah, still catches second. Really nice. Okay, you know what? This actually isn't so bad. I gotta give myself a little props here. I think at this rate, yeah, I'm just taking cut. There's still a chance I could get target shot. Oh, no, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Actually a nice time for a blue to happen. Even though if it were a little later, I might have been able to take it through cut, but that's a super tight play. One way you'd have to like readjust your line like for it specifically, and that doesn't sound too easy to me. Nice, yeah, sick. Hell yeah. Okay, so from what I recall, I think I got second this event, and that is quite stellar because overall this was like kind of a just steaming junk fire of an event. 47 is a good score though. But Excuse me. I gotta say though, it was really nice being able to do this again. I gotta say, I don't know what the hell my next event entails, if it was streamed or if I gotta do this again, but you know, you guys will find out when you tune on in next time. Alright, guys, as always, thanks again for tuning in. Thank you for your patience as well, given the fact that the content has been quite dire in terms of the upload rate. But like I say, I'm gonna try and hop back on into this. I'm probably gonna try and solve it. I don't think I'll so much as make a schedule, but you know, I'll upload a little more frequently here and there, right? So with that said, thanks again, guys, tuning in as always. Obviously, I'm going to leave my social in the description. And yeah, I will catch you all next time on another thrilling episode. Take it easy, internet.